must be the doctor. I want you to try to act normal as possible. Thank you so much for coming, Dr. Grace.
My pleasure.
Dr. Grace, this is Eleanor. Hello. Eleanor, this is Dr. Grace.
Greetings, Eleanor. How are you today?
Please.
Thank you.
I'm going to be in the back garden.
Okay.
So when you're done, you can come back there.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. How are you today?
I'm a daughter of the house. If you never heard them speak of me, it's because the dead is not spoken of. I mean, I'm legally dead, that is. You see, I've committed a terrible thing. I've embezzled funds trusted to me, and I can't ever be forgiven because my father was given the blame for it and now is in prison. And I can't ever be forgiven, so I've been dead now.
Okay.
My queen, your troops are awaiting your orders.
As you know, our land has been threatened by deadly destruction. My people, they're dying because of decisions I have made, because of a nation that I have trusted. The time has come for the great warriors to come together and defeat their most dangerous enemy. I come to you in certainty. The Grenadians, who was once our most closest allies, have become our most dangerous enemies. I know that many of your men have grown compassionate with the Grenadians, for they have loved ones and they have married into the Grenadians. But any man that stands with the Grenadians are our enemy and must be annihilated, including my brother.
It shall be done, my queen.
Do you hear that?
I don't hear that. I'm sorry.
I can hear it. It's the soft, silky red copper wires that are in the cable wires. They're mourning. Yes, they're mourning. They're mourning because of the ill movies that are showing on the television. They're mourning because of those movies that are playing. And everyone that is involved, the actors, the directors, and the writers, and even those that are watching those movies shall be judged accordingly.
Eleanor, hold on. I'm going to teach you something really quickly, okay? Whenever you feel that anxiety that you feel, like with the cable wires right now, I want you to take your hand and say, it's going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
It's going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
And keep tapping
It's gonna be okay.
until you feel that it's going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
And that will help the situation.
I feel better. Thank you.
Do you?
Thank you, Dr. Grace.
I'm
Thank
glad
you
you
so
do.
much. Do you know that I know what birds are talking about? Just a moment ago, I heard two of them chattering on the walnut tree. But I'm everywhere, wherever I want. I'm in prison with my father. I'm in the backyard right now with my sister. I'm in Switzerland with my brother. And I can feel their happiness, and I can also feel their suffering. My father is suffering now. They're treating him unkindly. And my sister, she's suffering. for her boyfriend has done her a terrible thing. Hi, Mark. No, I'm not disappointed you called. I was just hoping you were Demetrius. Just a moment ago, I heard two of them chattering. Yeah, he hasn't called in the last 3 days. Yeah, he's pretty mad at me. We did have a big falling out. And I could communicate with the flowers. Yeah, it was over my supposedly best friend, Michelle. Well, I mean, you know how the story goes. I asked him a simple question, you know? I mean, he got mad over nothing. And through my extrasensory vision, I could look into their workshops. You know, I always knew there was something really strange about them. Like when I first introduced them, it just felt uncomfortable. I mean, kind of strange. But I just thought I was being suspicious, so I just let it go. But when he said that Michelle was the only friend that I had that was cool, I couldn't believe that. I mean, out of all my friends, even you, Mark, she's the only one that's cool. I could see what they were trying to say. And then he invited her over for dinner. Now, it was cool and everything. I mean, we had a great time at first. We watched television, drank some wine, played cards. But then all of a sudden I started realizing that he was paying her a lot of attention. Everything's going to be all right. And then last week, he invited her to lunch and didn't tell me about it. And Michelle didn't tell me about it either. I found out for some random friend that saw them at the cafe. Maybe I should tell you about the flowers. I used to have a flower shop 2 years ago. So I just asked him a simple question. No, I didn't ask like that. I was really cool at first. I said, Demetrius, why didn't you ask me out to with you and Michelle for lunch? And you know what he said? He says, well, you wouldn't be asking me that if I went out with Mark. I could communicate with the flowers like no other human being could ever communicate with the flowers. Yeah, he said you. You know what I mean? I go, how do you compare the two? Mark's a guy, Michelle's a girl. I mean, really, let's be real about this. You know, are you considering my feelings and how I would feel? They talked to me. They spoke to me. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, you're jealous. I said, jealousy has nothing to do with this. This is just, you know, what's important to me and how I might feel about it. Why don't you consider my feeling? And they were suffering. They've suffered too. So he was like, no, I think what's important is that you trust me. I was like, trust has nothing to do with this, okay? This is about being considerate about me. They suffered with the gardener. Trust is irrelevant in this situation. And then he said, oh, everything in a relationship is relevant. I said, oh yeah? If everything is relevant, then what's relevant is why don't you answer the question? Why didn't you invite me out to lunch? I could see what they were trying to say. Let's really be real about this, okay? It's a simple question. Why didn't he just give me an answer? Insensitive. Okay, I'm calming down. But you know what? He better be glad that he's not calling back right now because I would so cuss him out right now. Wait, my phone's ringing. Okay, it's him. Let me call you back, okay? Okay, all right. Hi, Demetrius. Snow today. Thaw tomorrow. Yeah, I've been wanting to talk to you. It's been 3 days you haven't called. Yeah, I've been doing some thinking too. Well, I just really wanted to say I was sorry on how I went off the other day, and I really just wanted to... I'm sorry? Sure, I'm listening. About you and Michelle? What about it? Yes. Really? Yes. Really? Yes. They suffer. The flowers suffer the most.
What got issue? You think what you see is all it is to me. Let me tell you this. Know what you got yourself into. 'Cause truth is, I got issue. One day I had to see